As I look back at the beginning of my style journey, I didn't have the money to simply throw at my outfit problems. Transforming my wardrobe took creativity, patience, and even a little bit of finessing to try to figure out how I wanted to look and present myself. In today's video, we'll cover why you shouldn't overlook the clothes you already have and how you can transform your wardrobe with the things you already own. See, having style isn't about owning the latest trends or having all the clothes, but it's really about having a certain intuition, or what I like to call the eye to understand what looks good. Think of developing your style as a muscle. In order for that muscle to grow, you have to start experimenting with the clothes you already own. Here's why starting with what you already own is so impactful. It forces you to become creative. When you don't have the luxury to purchase clothes for every occasion, you have to start thinking differently about the things you already own. Maybe you experiment with mixing colors you wouldn't normally put together, or layer pieces in a way you haven't considered before. This forces you to approach your wardrobe like a puzzle while you work on creating the overall bigger picture. This process isn't necessarily about making your current wardrobe work, but it's really about developing and honing in on a skill. When you're constantly challenging yourself to come up with new combinations, you're not only sharpening your skill, but you also are developing your eye in the process. Over time, you'll notice that putting outfits together becomes easier, even if you have less pieces to work with. When you learn to make the most of what you already have, you start to notice opportunities that you most likely wouldn't have noticed before. Eventually, you'll start to realize that style becomes less about consumption and it's more about innovation and thinking creatively. That's when you stop feeling like you need more to look good and start realizing that everything you need is already in front of you. When you build your style muscle, you're developing a skill that will stay with you for life. This isn't about finding the one perfect outfit, it's about learning to adapt and create no matter what your circumstances are. Imagine being able to walk in your closet even during a rushed, busy morning and knowing exactly what you're going to put on without feeling like you're missing things or feeling like you have nothing to wear. That is the power of this skill. What's so great about this approach is that it detaches you from this feeling that you need more to look good, because honestly, that's really not the case. Today's world, trends are moving faster than ever before, and social media is always showcasing the next big thing. So it's always going to feel like your wardrobe is never enough, but I'm here to tell you that it definitely is. You just have to put in some work to figure it out. By focusing on creativity and resourcefulness, you prove to yourself that style isn't about what you own, but it's really about how you use it. This shift in mindset is so empowering because it's no longer about chasing trends. It's about developing a personal style that reflects who you are, because when you stop depending on external factors like trends, you gain the confidence to trust your own instincts. And that confidence is what truly sets you apart in the long run. Now, I know this is all easier said than done, but there are ways that you can practically transform your wardrobe. One of the biggest things that you can do is search for your style inspirations. Platforms like Pinterest or even other social medias can help you find looks that you want to recreate with things you already own. You can search for outfits that match pieces in your wardrobe, things that you already own. You can even use search terms like brown coat inspo, blue jean inspo, all black outfit inspo. You get the point. The key here is to go on Pinterest and find the search terms that match outfits you already own. This way you can analyze the inspiration and look at how other people are styling that specific item. Notice the colors, textures, and layering techniques that make these outfits stand out. Now, the goal here isn't to necessarily completely copy their look, but it's really to develop your own eye and use it as a source of inspiration. When you start to study others, you'll start to notice patterns and ideas that you can apply to your own wardrobe. For example, you come across an outfit that has a similar jacket to the one that you already own. What you can do is save that outfit and analyze it and think to yourself, what is it about this outfit that I liked and how were they able to pull it off in a way that I didn't really see before? These little insights make a huge difference because they start to reframe the way that you think about the clothing that you already own at this time. The more that you immerse yourself in this process, study the way that other people were able to put together these looks and understand what looks good, the better your instincts will become and the easier it will be for you to come up with these outfits. Over time, you will notice opportunity in your wardrobe that you simply wouldn't have seen before. That's when you know your style muscle is really starting to grow. The more you experiment with your wardrobe, the more you'll start to discover patterns of what you like. Maybe you'll realize that you gravitate towards neutral tones or that you prefer certain fits like oversized jackets or tapered pants. These discoveries along the way are what eventually lead to your signature style, a look that feels uniquely yours and reflects your personality. What's great about the process of experimentation is it forces you outside of your comfort zone when you're trying these new looks. When you challenge yourself to try new combinations, you're forced to think critically about your clothing and how they work together. Maybe you'll pair a more vibrant shirt with a more understated jacket, or try layering textures in ways you've never done before. These small things can eventually lead to a big reward, helping you unlock a side to your wardrobe that you never even knew existed. Over time, this experimentation not only grows your style muscle, but it also builds confidence. You'll start to feel better about the choices you make every day, knowing that you've put in work to develop a style that feels unique to you. And remember, that confidence isn't just going to stay in your wardrobe, but it's also going to translate into other areas of your life, because having a good sense of style is also a form of giving back to yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, that's when your confidence shines through. So a great example of this and how I implemented my own advice was the time that I purchased this leather jacket a few years ago. You would probably recognize this jacket because I recently styled it in a video, and if you haven't seen that already, I'll link it up here for you to watch. Essentially, this jacket was purchased a few years ago, and it sat in my closet because I had no idea what I was going to do with it. I really didn't know how to style it, and for months it just sat in a box because I didn't think I could really pull off wearing something this out there. See, at first when I purchased this, I didn't have the experience to understand how I could really put this outfit together. So yeah, when I did purchase this, it was a little outside of the realm of what I thought was possible when putting this together. But eventually, as I grew and as I started to understand the kind of style that I wanted to go for, putting this together and experimenting with it felt like second nature. It felt like I knew what I had to do to put this look together. And fast forward a couple years, I put together an outfit that I felt genuinely confident in and that I liked. The truth is, when you first start something, it's never going to really feel right. It's always going to feel awkward. But the more you grow your confidence and start to understand how you can develop and train your own style, that's when you really start to understand how you want your style to look. Slowly, I began to understand how I wanted to incorporate this leather jacket into my outfits, and now I found myself wearing this as many times as I can. I truly love this jacket now. This jacket has been a staple in my wardrobe, and I really couldn't imagine not having it. This experience taught me a very valuable lesson, and it's that sometimes your style grows into your clothes. Just because something doesn't feel perfect right away doesn't mean it's not worth keeping. By experimenting and pushing yourself creatively, you can turn your most underused piece into one of your favorites. Your wardrobe has more potential than you can ever imagine. You just have to learn how to really utilize it correctly. Working with what you have isn't just a way to save money or make the most out of your wardrobe, but it's really creating the foundation of your personal style. It forces you to think creative and train that style muscle and develop a skill that you can rely on for years to come. Style isn't about how much you own or the trends that you're following. It's about having the confidence to make those clothes work for you no matter what's in your closet. So next time you're feeling stuck or frustrated with your wardrobe, don't rush to buy something new. Take another look at what you have and start experimenting. Trust me, you will be surprised at what you can create. I'd love to hear about a piece that you're currently struggling to style, or maybe you overcame. Feel free to drop it in the comments. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and I hope to see you on the next one.